Okay, hello everyone, and what I'm just going to do now is I'm going to actually just share my own screen because I can see that the slides seem to be moving very slowly whenever they are embedded here. So I'm just going to share my own screen with you and we'll go through the slide deck that I have for you today in that way. So hopefully now my PowerPoints should pop up on your screens. Okay, so hopefully now you can see my screen and it's multiplying itself out to infinity. Can I just see a show of hands, just anybody that you can see my screen now? So it's changed to almost like an infinity display of my screen. Thank you, Mairead. That's fine. Then I will just go ahead now and start the presentation. Okay, so first of all, welcome to you all here to this presentation today. This is all about an induction for you all coming on to your programs here in Ulster University on the Magee campus. As the head of department talk didn't exactly go to plan this morning, I just want to begin by stating that she has already recorded this and it's available on a YouTube link, and I will be putting that up in the course support area straight after my talk today. So that will be available there for you. So what are we going to cover today? Well, basically, I'm going to give you a bit of an introduction into the course and, of course, the key staff that are going to be there for you throughout your time at Ulster University. I want to talk about the modules that you're going to study in this year in particular. I want to give you some important information about your course. And then I want to finish up with some of the success stories of our recent graduates, because in preparation for doing this induction with you today, I reached out to our recent graduates, and the overwhelming support, I've only been able to include a few, but I just want to give you some of their feedback and tell you about where they are in terms of their career now. So this is really the start of a new journey for you today. So I hope it's going to be a well-earned and very good journey. There will be bumps in the road, but hopefully the end goal will be in a few years' time you will have your BSc honours coming out of Ulster University, and prospects of an excellent graduate career after that. So first of all, just to introduce key staff. And as a lot of you already know, because I've been in contact with you, my name is Claire Scott McAteer, and I am the course director. I'm the course director of the Accounting with Specialisms programme, both full-time and part-time, and I'm also the course director of the Accounting and Marketing programme. And I suppose I am in this role because I am a chartered accountant myself. I'm a chartered tax advisor, so I suppose I'm well placed in order to hopefully advise you on your module choices and indeed placement opportunities and graduate positions. I also work closely with Chartered Accountants Ireland. I'm currently involved with them at various levels in their professional exams. I write their Cap 1 tax book. I lecture for them at Cap 1 and Cap 2, and I'm their chief examiner in tax at final admittance stage. So all those types of roles that I have keep me up to date and hopefully make your experience and the information that I can pass on to you as current as possible. So I'm your course director. You will have other staff that are there to support you. We have a number of students coming into year one on the programs logged in at the moment. And we also have some students coming in streaming directly in year two. So if you're streaming directly into year one, then your Year One tutor will be an important person in terms of support, in terms of pastoral support and help for you. And the Year One tutor is Caroline Morrison. And Caroline Morrison, I've given her details here on the slides, but Caroline will be coming in to talk to you in your module on Monday. That's Monday the 25th of September, your first module. She'll be coming in to talk to you about her role and what she will be doing to try and help you within your studies throughout Year One. If you're coming into Year Two, so you're streaming directly into Year Two of the programs, you have Paige Jameson. She is going to be the Year Two tutor, and again, Paige will be coming in to it'll be your financial accounting class on Wednesday morning, where I will be doing induction with you as well on Wednesday morning, and she will be talking to you about her role and what she hopes to be able to offer you in terms of support, pastoral, and also administrative and help that you might need throughout Year Two. So I suppose my role as course director takes across all years of your program. The year tutors will be specific to the year that you are in your program. You will also have an additional support available to you in the form of your studies advisor. The studies advisors will be allocated in week one, and details of who your studies advisor is will be given to you via the course support area, which I'm going to talk about in week one. So you'll get another name of a member of academic staff who will be tasked with helping you, particularly with regards to your studies, and that person is your studies advisors. Also on campus and now through remote support, we have student support. So I have provided the detail there for student support, but I know student support we're talking to you today in a separate session. I'm going to talk about how your degree is going to be broken down, specifically into modules, and you will always have the support and help of your module coordinator for each module that you are going to be undertaking in every year of your degree. So you've got your course director, which is me across all years of your program. You'll have your year tutor, which is a specific person for each year group. You'll have your studies advisor, who will be the same person from Year One right through to final year. And then you have the overriding support of student support, which is a university-wide support service that you have. In terms of your modules, your module coordinator will be best placed to answer any queries you have that are specific to the content or the reading list or the exam for that specific module. Okay, so importantly, now this year induction has been done a bit differently. You've all logged on, you've all registered for your modules, but I just want to give you a quick introduction to the modules that you're going to be studying this year, because you've just got names of modules so far. So again, just breaking it down now into the relevant information for those that are coming into Year One, and then I'll go on to talk about Year Two entrance in a minute. So the Year One modules are going to be academic and business analytic skills, and this is really a study skills module and an analytical skills module. This is really an introduction module to third level education, and because you're all on an accounting program, you're going to be doing analytics using various tools for analytics and also some statistical methods within that module. You will then have me for Introduction to Financial Accounting. We will all be doing Introduction to Financial Accounting on a Tuesday afternoon, and I'll talk about your timetable in a minute. Introduction to Financial Accounting is really the first building block in your financial accounting knowledge, your debits and credits, your statement of profit and loss, and your statement of financial position. So I'll be taking you through that module, so it's great, and I always push to get that module because I like to be hands-on with all you students that are under that I'm course director for, basically. Excuse me a minute. Then your third module is Principles of Management, and for anybody that's on the Accounting with Specialisms program, this is really your introductory module to the management specialism route. After Christmas in second semester, and I'm going to talk about the semesters and things like that in a minute as well, you will have your Introduction to Finance, Tax and Ethics module. Sorry, excuse me again. This is really your taster module for the tax specialism route if you're on the Accounting with Specialisms course. And this module really is the basis for you to go on then in all programs to get the exemption for the taxation modules in terms of ACCA and Chartered Accountants Ireland. Excuse me a minute, I'm just going to take a drink of water. Hopefully that puts that cough to bed. So you have your Introduction to Finance, Tax and Ethics. Again, that will be with myself. I'm really giving you a flavour of tax mostly, introducing you to finance, and also then the all-important ethics piece that is ever more important in terms of accounting. Then you will have your Accounting Information Systems module. That's the introduction module to the Information Systems specialism. And then you'll have your Principles of Economics modules. The economics module common to all degree programs in terms of business and accounting. Okay, so I just want to briefly mention here that you have a number of details in terms of the modules that you will be doing. I just want to highlight these because you see these being used by your tutors, your module coordinators. So you'll have your module code, and for example, that's ACF 109. That doesn't change year on year. It's ACF 109. That's the same module code for financial accounting every year. However, what does change each year is the CRN number. So if you're looking to do a module change, for example, it will be the module code and the CRN number that you have to use. Moving on to those that are streaming into the second year of the Account with Specialisms programme. I just want to give you a brief overview of the modules that you're going to be studying this year. In first semester, and indeed for 5 modules out of the 6 modules that you're going to be studying, 5 of those modules are compulsory. So all your first semester modules are compulsory. It's not until second semester that you can actually choose a specialism module. And if you're on the Accounting with Specialisms degree, then you will be aware that the specialism choices you have open to you are taxation, management and information systems. So in year 2 of the degree programme, everyone across all programmes in the business school will do a professional skills development module. And that's a module to get you ready for placement, to get you ready in terms of CV building, in terms of interview skills, in terms of psychometrics, in terms of group interview skills that you need to develop. So that's a soft skills module that is compulsory. You will then be doing financial accounting and managerial finance in year 1. And the financial accounting that you'll do will build on the financial accounting knowledge that you would have acquired in your previous studies in terms of what we normally study within the Introduction to Financial Accounting module. In second semester then, you will be taking Management Accounting 1 and Business Law. And then you have the Business Taxation module for your taxation specialism option, Management or Organisational Behaviour for your management specialism option, and MIS or Management Information Systems if you're thinking about the information systems route. So I know you probably have already registered for modules, and I sent out guidance in this regard, in that module choices for semester can be changed, so please do not panic. You will receive much more guidance throughout semester 1 with regard to what specialism choice you should choose. And that support will be from guest lecturers in from industry working within these various areas, tax, within information systems and within general management. So you'll have guest speakers, you'll have individuals from final year coming back to talk to you about their experience on the different specialism routes as well throughout semester 1. And if you decide to change from what you've already selected, that will not be a problem. That's just paperwork that myself or the year tutor can help you with. Okay, so this is just a brief overview on how you can access your modules. So right back to the point about, well, how do I actually get on to the student portal? And once I'm in the student portal, how do I get access to Blackboard Learn? And then once you're in Blackboard Learn, hopefully that's where you'll find all the material that you need for your modules. So just starting back, you probably have all been here before, really on the ulster.ac.uk main homepage. You'll see there I've got an arrow to the portal. So if you click on the portal, that will take you in, and this is what your portal should look like. I know that a lot of you have already been in here looking at your portal because I've got various queries. Once you are in your portal, if you want to go into Blackboard Learn, you can see that I've highlighted here with the arrow. You just need to click here on Blackboard Learn. You can be prompted to re-enter your username and your password, which you all hopefully have at this stage. If you do not, please contact me by email and I will help you sort out any issues that you have. But hopefully everybody has that at this stage. Now, once you go into Blackboard Learn, this is what Blackboard Learn, and Blackboard Learn is our virtual learning environment. You're actually tuning in through Blackboard Learn at the moment into a Blackboard Learn Collaborate session. So Blackboard Learn, or virtual learning environment, it's the equivalent to Moodle, maybe in your secondary education, or if you're coming from further education. I know the regional colleges use Moodle, so it's the equivalent of that. Ulster uses Blackboard Learn. And a very key, I suppose, link that you should currently see, and I know that you should see it because students have emailed me queries about it, is you should see the program support area for accounting. And this is a key resource area for you, and I'm going to talk about it in a little more detail in a minute. You will then have your modules that you're going to study in semester 1. They will appear here also within your Blackboard Learn area. And if you click in to the program support area, then you will see within the program support area, you have various links that you can go into here down the left-hand side. And I want to point out at this point that the announcements tab is something that I, as your course director, will use quite often. This announcement tab really enables recent information to you that are all accounting students at Magee. So I will usually use this tool to send out details of when Chartered Accountants Ireland are coming to talk on campus, when ACCA, when there is maybe a particular careers evening that I want to highlight to you, when maybe there has been, there's some type of support, some type of information that I want to get out to you fast. And certainly whenever it comes to final year, I use that announcements tab to push out job advertisements that firms and businesses within industry send in to me where they're looking to get access to our graduates. If I send details of a graduate job offer or a placement job offer, then that's where I will push it out to you all through the announcement tab. And that announcement will be always within your course support area, the program support area, but it will also be fired out to you into your student email address as well. So that's the two methods that you'll get that. I'm going to talk to you about some of the other tabs here as we move through today's presentation. Once your modules are all up there on your Blackboard Learn space, you will see that BMG 259 is already up there. You've been granted early access to this module. Before the normal date that you would get access is when week 1 starts on the 21st of September, so that's next Monday. But if you go into Blackboard Learn, you will see that you'll have the program support area for accounting at Magee, and also there now should be BMG 259, and you can see that's the module code, you've got the CRN code, and then you've got the name of the module, which is Academic and Business Analytics Skills. And then within the module area, so as you drill down into your modules, you will see that you have various tabs that the module coordinator will put here on the left-hand side for you. And importantly, you'll see that Clodagh here, who is going to be your module coordinator for that module, has already put up your teaching plan. And I'm going to talk about that in a few slides' time now, what exactly that is. So far I've showed you how to get in from the main university web page to the portal, into Blackboard Learn. Once you're in Blackboard Learn, you should see the program support area for accounting at Magee, and you should see BMG 259 module, and come Monday morning, 2 more modules should pop on there for you to be able to go into. So now just to move on to some important information about the course. Okay, so I know in Sandra's presentation she's tried to give you an overview, but it's very important, I feel, that I also mention to you about the academic calendar. The academic calendar for the university is set for the next maybe 3 to 4 academic years. And this is really important because this academic calendar gives you advice in terms of when are the semesters going to run and when are the all-important exam periods. Now, on your course support area, I've just put a screenshot here on this slide. On your course support area, within Timetables, so Timetables is along the left-hand side here, within Timetables, I have included a link to the academic calendar. And every year when I have students coming onto programs, be it into first year or into second year, I find that sometimes students have already booked holidays, they've already, they have weddings, they have things that they have booked pre-starting university. And I suppose I think the key thing to look at in terms of the academic calendar is make sure that if you are booking holidays or you have got an issue now because something is booked, you need to check, is it going to be in conflict with the academic calendar? Because what the university policy is that holidays must not be taken during term time or exam time. And you will get details of term time and exam time in your in the academic calendar. So whenever we go off this, whenever you finish up today at induction, I would urge you to go into your Blackboard Learn area, go into the program support area, go into Timetables, and hopefully you'll be able to go into the academic calendar and you'll see that that comes up in a PDF document. What I've tried to do here is just to give you a flavour of this academic year, which is the 2020-21 academic year. You're starting in September 2020, and this academic year will finish out in June 2020. So as you all are aware, hopefully, semester one, which we term the autumn semester, is really, or the winter semester, autumn-winter semester, is starting next week, next Monday on the 21st of September. And that will run for 12 weeks straight. Each semester is 12 weeks, and that will run for 12 weeks. We don't stop for Halloween break or midterm. We run straight for 12 weeks, and we will finish on the 11th of December. Then you'll have your Christmas break, and because you're all on the accounting programs, you will have an exam in the January exam period. You will have an exam. The timetable for that exam hopefully will be out in week 3, but the exam will fall somewhere between the 5th of January and the 17th of January. And that exam will be in my module, which is the Introduction to Financial Accounting module. And I'll talk to you about that exam on Tuesday afternoon, whenever I have you specifically for that module. Anybody coming into year 2, you will have 2 exams in the January exam period. So the exams will be timed or scheduled sometime between the 5th of January and the 17th of January as well. Semester 2 then, so this is the spring semester. It runs from the 25th of January to the 7th of May. Then whenever the 12 weeks have been taught, and I suppose normally in the second semester what we'll have is we will have usually 10 weeks, depending on where Easter falls, you will have 10 weeks of semester lectures and seminars. You'll have 2 weeks off for Easter, and then you come back for your final 2 weeks of teaching. And as I say, it just really depends on where Easter falls. It's usually 10 and 2, or else on the odd occasion it has run for 12 weeks straight because Easter has actually fallen very late in the year. So in semester 2, then once you've completed your studies, you will have an exam period that runs from the 10th of May 2021 to the 22nd of May. So that's your 2 key exam periods where you should not be booking any holidays, and you've got your semester times when your semesters will be running as well. We also then have the reset exam period, and this applies to any individuals that maybe had extenuating circumstances as to why they couldn't actually sit an exam during the January exam period or the May exam period, or indeed it may be, but hopefully not the case for any of you, maybe somebody has actually failed an exam and they have an opportunity to retake that exam in the supplementary or the reset exam period. So for 2021, that reset period is already set. It's from the 11th of August to the 19th of August. And that becomes important for you thinking about holidays if there's going to be next year. Just take another drink there, sorry. Okay, so I've talked about your modules that you're going to be registered for. I've talked about the course support area and where you can get into modules. Now I just want to give you an overall flavour about the course structure. And this is really course structure that's relevant to all degrees throughout Ulster University, regardless of faculty or regardless of campus. So as I said already, 2 semesters. We have the autumn-winter semester running from September to December. We have the spring-summer semester running from January to May. So you've got 12 teaching weeks within each of those semesters, and I've already spoke to you about the exam periods that fall after each of those semesters. In terms of full-time students, you will be required to complete 6 modules per academic year. And that's why I've highlighted 6 modules for you in the academic year. And that'll be 3 in semester 1, autumn-winter semester, and 3 in semester 2, the spring-summer semester. Part-time students, you would usually complete only 2 modules per semester. However, if a part-time student wants to go up to maybe doing 3 modules in a particular semester, then that can be facilitated, and you can come and talk to me about that. So overall, in order for you to get your honours degree, if you're coming in Year 1, you need to successfully achieve 18 modules. Okay, so that's 6 in Year 1, 6 in Year 2, and 6 in Year 3. So you need 18 modules. If you're streaming in straight into second year, then you're only going to have 12 modules to complete in order for you to leave successfully with your honours degree. And it's important to note that our degrees, both accounting degrees, are updated and evaluated regularly in terms of their structure, in terms of their content. And this is part of the re-evaluation process to make sure that you're getting the best experience and the most up-to-date information and modules throughout your degree. So next week is week 1. Week 1's commencing on the 21st of September 2020. And then you'll have week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way up to week 12, which is said ends in mid-December, as is identified in the academic calendar. So each week now throughout the semester, you will have 1 lecture per week per module, and you will have 1 seminar per week per module. And that's if you're a full-time student. If you're a part-time student, you'll just have 2 potentially. So all in all, you're going to have 3 lectures if you're doing 3 modules and 3 seminars if you're doing 3 modules. Some modules will have very large amounts of students on them, and therefore seminars will be allocated on an hourly basis. And in order to reduce the numbers within seminars to give you a better experience, there may be another number of seminar hours allocated on the timetable currently. But in week 1, when you get in to talk to your module coordinator, you will be told what time allocation you have for your particular seminar. So everybody comes in to the lecture, but then seminars can be separated out. And as you'll see in your accounting modules and your taxation modules, if we get through the semester and we find that some students would like some extra support, extra workshops, extra practical workshops, albeit that online, then myself and the other accounting lecturers are more than happy to put on extra sessions as and when are required. So now to take you to where you get the details of your timetables, and hopefully to give you a bit of insight into how to read the timetables that are available via the university website. Believe me, I know they're not the easiest thing to read. So again, the first screenshot here on the left hand side really is showing you on the course support area. So again, you go into your portal, into Blackboard Learn. If you click on the program support area for accounting that you will all have access to already, you will be able to see down the left hand side that there's a link that you can click, timetables. And within timetables, you've got a link there, and that will take you to the university website where the main details of all the timetables within the business school are. Also on there, you can see, I've already referred to it, the link to the academic calendar, and that's really just when the semesters and the exam periods are. So concentrating on your timetable that's specific now to semester 1. So if you click on this link here, where the arrow's pointing to, you will be taken to where you see the screenshot here on the right hand side. And you just need to go into the drop down arrow and select whether you're Year 1 accounting with specialisms, Year 2 accounting with specialisms, or down the bottom there, Year 1 accounting and marketing. So you'll go in there, and that's where you'll get details of your timetable. And over the next few slides, I'm just going to go through your timetables now in a bit more detail. So, and I want to stress as well that timetables can change for various reasons, clashes and things like that, and therefore it's important that you keep using that link for the first week anyway of semester to see has the time timetable that I'm now using as of today, has it actually changed for some reason? Now, I would certainly hope that it won't change at this stage, but just in case it does, you all have access to that link where you can get the most up-to-date information. So if you go in and you click Accounting with Specialisms or Accounting and Marketing Year 1, then this is what will come up. What's in the white here, this is a screenshot that I've taken. And I've just tried to show below details of the timetable. So your BMG 259 module, which is your Academic and Business Analytics Skills module, that will begin at 11:15 on a Monday. And for the first few weeks, that's going to be quite a long day for you all, because that is going to run from 11:15 to 4 p.m. essentially, to 1600 hours. And it's very important that you can attend that module in the initial weeks for that length of time, because you will be getting breaks, don't worry, but it's just that you've got the likes of the library or a specific business school librarian coming in to give you an insight into how to use the library services. You'll also have Clodagh there, who's a module coordinator, giving you, I suppose, the details of the module. So she wanted me to stress to you that you need to be there on Mondays from 11:15 to 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. On Tuesdays then, you're in your ACF 109 module, so this is here, commencing at 14:15, so 2:15, and we will go straight for 3 hours. If we need to, we can go on over to 6:15. If we need to, we'll play that by ear. Every year, I have to say, some students have already looked at double entry bookkeeping, and they therefore can hit the ground running. If you're somebody that doesn't know a debit from a credit, then we can put on extra seminars for you to attend, and that's why we've got the extra, the 4 hours blocked out there. But in week 1 now, we'll be starting at 2:15, and we'll be running for 3 hours, but there will be breaks built in between, and it won't be just me talking for 3 hours. It will be interactive. There'll be tasks for you to do. We'll be doing polls. It'll be interactive. And I should state it as well, it will be recorded for you. Thursday, you've got your Principles of Management module, and you can see here on the timetable that is starting on Thursday. Your lecture, so this is the L for lecture. You can see lecture there starting and lecture at 11:15. So your lecture will start for BMG 119. That's the module code for Principles of Management. It will start at 9:15 in the morning, and it will run 2-hour lecture, and then there's going to be 2 separate seminar sessions. So in week 2, some students may be added to the second seminar. So you'll either be coming for 3 hours straight, or you'll be coming for 2 hours, have an hour break, and then you can come back for your seminar starting at 12:15. Students coming into year 2 of the Accounting with Specialisms programme, you are in on Monday morning, so Monday the 21st of September. Your module for your finance, so Managerial Finance 1 module, it commences at 1:15, 13:15, and it goes for 3 hours straight to 4:15. On Tuesday, you're coming in to your Professional Skills Development module, and you can see here on the timetable, so I'm looking at Tuesday, you've got seminar, 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 the S is there in the boxes, and your lecture actually commences at 13:15. So your lecture, so in week 1, you tune in at 3:15, and Aisling, Dr. Aisling Reid, who will be your module coordinator, she will give you details then as to which actual seminar class you are going to be attending. On Wednesday then, you have Niall McAteer for your Financial Accounting 1 module, and it will start at 10:15 on a Wednesday morning and run for 3 hours. Okay, so now we've looked at programme support area, what a module area will look at like. We've looked at your modules. We've hopefully broken down the details of the semesters. We've looked at your timetable. So now thinking more about the modules themselves and how you're going to be assessed within those modules. So for every module that you do throughout your degree, your handbook, your module handbook, or as it's sometimes referred to as the teaching plan, will really be the detail that you need that should give you information about the required reading, what's going to happen week by week in the module, importantly, what are the learning outcomes expected from your module? So within your the module support, your module areas on Blackboard Learn. So as we saw before, BMG 259 should already be there on Blackboard Learn for you to go into. If you go in there, you'll see a Word document that Clodagh has put up for you, and that's your teaching plan. And within that Word document, you will be able to see all the details for how it's going to run, what the learning outcomes are, what's the required reading text, and importantly, how are you going to be assessed? Is it going to be coursework? Is it going to be exam? If it's coursework, what forms of course we're going to take? Is it going to be a group project? Is it going to be an individual project? Is it going to be a presentation? All that detail will be given to you in the module or the teaching plan. So in terms of progression on the course, the pass mark at university is 40%. Obviously, you will be aiming for much higher than that if you're hoping to get a first class honours degree or a high 2-1. I want to point out at this stage, because you're all on the accounting programme, the accounting programmes are heavily accredited. They're heavily accredited by the major professional accountancy bodies, Chartered Accountants Ireland, ACCA, CIMA. If you're on the accounting and marketing programme, you also get accreditation from the accountancy bodies, and you can get accreditation for marketing professional bodies as well. So in terms of any professionally accredited modules, remember I said you normally will do 18 modules to get your honours degree, but for a professionally accredited module, the pass mark for you to get your actual exemption upon completion of the degree is raised to 50%, and that's a requirement coming from Chartered Accountants Ireland. They require 50%. Now don't worry about retaining all this information, because we as the accounting team will make sure that you know at the start of every module whether this module is professionally accredited, and it will be made very clear to you what the expectation is in order for you to make sure that you get that professional accreditation. Now, there is a bit of compensation where a module is assessed with both coursework and exam element. You can compensate, so a minimum mark of 35% can be achieved and get you to continue on in the course without having to do the module, and that's really a compensation that's allowed between the coursework and the examination elements. But again, I hope that none of you will be in that territory. And if you fail a module, I suppose if you fail a module, then I, as your course director and your year tutors, will be talking to you over the phone, contacting you by email, but you will have information about the consequences of failure within the course handbook that's available in the course support area as well. So please, just be aware of that 40%, but the 50% being the key figure for your professional exemptions. Sandra, Dr. Sandra Moffat, who is the head of department, has included in her presentation details about extenuating circumstances. Extenuating circumstances are, I suppose, things that happen to you, bumps along the way while you're doing your degree, that mean that maybe you cannot put in a piece of coursework on time, or you cannot sit an exam because of those extenuating circumstances. And this slide here is just all about me showing you that if you go onto your course support area, then you can get the Form EC1 and the guidance for that on the course support area. Okay, so that will all be available there for you. So now thinking about the end result, and that's what classification are you hoping or will you get on your degree. And things have changed in this space over the last few years with the University of Ulster, for Ulster University, in that now second year, so year 2, which is level 5 of your degree, actually counts towards your degree classification. So at Ulster now, for you coming on board this year into the university, 70% of your final award will be made up of the average of the modules that you get in the final year of your degree. So those 6 modules you will study in final year, they will all be added together, and they will be divided by 6, and then 70% of that mark will be used. 30% will be used in terms of your level 5, which is your year 2 modules. So really, you have 6 modules in year 2. Of those 6 modules, they'll all be marked out of 100. So maximum mark 600. That's your result for each of your modules will be added together, divided by 6, multiplied by 30%, and that's the amount at the end of second year that you already have in the bag that will count towards your final degree classification. Then in final year, 70% of the final award will be based on your level 6 modules. Now, so importantly, year 2 counts. Final year always counted, now counts slightly less. But for your point of view, if you're coming in year 1, it's important to note that if you're looking for placement opportunities, if you're looking for internship opportunities over the summer, over the Easter break, then your year 1 results will count towards the employers. The employers will look for your transcripts, will look for details of how you have performed in year 1. So really what I'm trying to say is that every year counts. And really, the modules that you cover in year 1 will be the foundations upon which you will build into later modules in your degree. So it really does count from the outset. Now, as I said before, it's, undertaking a degree, it's not always going to be easy. And this slide is just about making you aware that if you are coming up with issues, if you're thinking this is too much, I want to leave, maybe family circumstances, personal circumstances have meant that you've maybe fell behind, or if you're thinking, oh, this course is not for me, then you need to contact your course director, which is me, or your year tutor as a matter of urgency. Because if you leave it and do nothing, then there's financial consequences because the university will still take fees. And the sooner students come to me with what their concerns are, then there'll be more options the earlier I know, and I'll help you with in whatever way I can. And as I said, your year tutor will be there as well to help in that pastoral care role if need be. So just some helpful tips now, just to touch on. Definitely attendance is key to you performing well. Now, all lectures in terms of what's happening in induction will be recorded and available to you in the course support area, a program support area for accounting students at Magee. All lectures will be recorded and will be available within the Blackboard Learn area for the modules. So you'll be able to, if you can't make a lecture, they will now this year be there available to you as recorded sessions. But I think it's, if you can at all, it would be ideal for you to come in at the time that it's been delivered live, so that you can ask questions and interact in the activities that are going to be going on throughout the lectures and the seminars. Now, you should use the library, and as of just this morning, I got confirmation that the library hours are being extended from week 1 onwards, because I understand that some students might want to come into the library to get clear space, but also to use the computers to watch their lectures and seminars. So the updated library hours that the library is going to be open are given to you there on the slide as well. Now, there'll be lots of clubs and societies, and also the class rep position, which I know Sandra, the head of department, has talked to you about in her presentation. So there's lots of things for you to get involved in. Hopefully you'll make friends, and we as lecturers and me as your course director will be trying to make your classes as interactive as possible to hopefully get you to meet each other. We're online for this semester. And it's never too early to start thinking about your career. And there'll be lots of employability events. I can tell you already that as your course director, I have already lined up PwC, EY, and that's EY Belfast and EY Dublin, PwC in both territories as well, Deloitte, KPMG, all sorts of employers that are trying to get in to talk to you in terms of employability and considering those organisations as employers. In week 2, I have Chartered Accountants Ireland to come in for them to start to talk to you about professional bodies that you could maybe look to qualify under after you leave. So there's going to be lots of career opportunities, lots of talks that I will be building in as your course director, trying to make sure that you're thinking about your employability and getting all the options open to you from the outset as you start here with us at Ulster University Magee. So I just wanted to talk to you briefly about recent graduates. I have reached out to recent graduates recently, and honestly, if I have one, I have 40 students that have come back with details of why they would recommend studying accounting at Magee, why they love their course, where they are employed now, and how they're getting on in terms of their graduate employment. So I just want to share some of those details with you now. So this map is really, or these maps are really just showing you the different places where our students are currently on placement, or indeed where our graduates have gone into graduate employment. So you can see we've got on the left-hand side, that's a map of Belfast. You can see all the major employers there. You can see on the right-hand side of the slide, up at the top, we've got Derry here. So, well, I should say the Northwest, really, because lots of students stay in the Northwest, and by the Northwest, I'm covering even all the companies that are available for you to go and get graduate employment or placement opportunities in the Northwest, so as far as Letterkenny or around the city itself here. And indeed, there's lots of smaller accountancy practices on Clarendon Street, Northland Road, up on Pump Street, in Buncrana, in Donna, and Letterkenny, lots of places around the Northwest where I haven't got the space to put all those smaller practices, but they take graduates from ourselves every year, so students go out into training contracts in those firms. Then down here we've got Dublin, quite a lot of students, and you'll see this in some of the testimonials that I'm going to go through. Quite a lot of students will go to Dublin. I personally went to Dublin myself after I graduated out of Ulster University. And a lot go to the big four accountancy practices, but some go to the likes of State Street Bank, and also the usual names that you see there, Facebook, Google, and the likes of Yahoo. So into the finance departments, or into the accountancy practices, or into the finance function within those organisations. So just to give you a few recent graduates, so these are recent accounting graduates, and that's graduates from the Accounting Specialisms degree and the Accounting and Marketing degree. So we've got Amy here. She's the first person here on the slide. Amy is from Letterkenny region, and she homebird. She stayed at home for her placement. She actually stayed then with her placement organisation throughout her final year on a part-time basis, and now she has just got me to fill out details for her on her transcript, because she's now beginning her ACCA training contract with JG Carden & Co in Buncrana. So Amy's feedback in terms of what she found most useful was the specialism choices that she was able to take. She was on the Accounting Specialisms programme, and she took the taxation specialism. Ryan here, Ryan, again, a mature student that came back into university after doing the Access course at the regional college. Ryan had family commitments. He wanted to stay at home, so he's now employed with MCI on Pump Street. MCI Accountants, they're a Chartered Accountants Ireland firm. Now Ryan, while he was in university, he did exceptionally well, and that he won a lot of the prizes that we have. We have prizes for various modules as you go through the degree, and Ryan won one of the prizes for my taxation module in year 2, which meant that he got to go up to EY. They sponsor the prize, they give a cash prize as well as a week's work experience. And even though Ryan was offered an opportunity for a graduate position out of that, he decided to stay at home here in the Northwest, and he is, as I say, in MI up in Pump Street in the city here. Now Ryan he's 2 years out. He successfully passed his CAP 2 first time, and he successfully passed his FEEs, his final admitting exams for Chartered, and in the last few months he'd been in contact with me about going on to do his Chartered Tax Advisor exams, and thankfully I was able to put him in touch with a previous graduate that had just done those exams with the Chartered Institute of Tax in the UK, so I was able to link them up, and they've had discussions around that. So again, the guest speakers that we will be bringing into your modules, into your lectures, are all key parts of us trying to help you in terms of your employability. The prizes as well, lots of the professional accountancy bodies as well as local practices and the big four practices sponsor the prizes because they want to get access to you as students, because they want to see what you're like. If you're performing well academically and win the prize, then the work experience is a key part for them to see if you can fit into their practice. Kat here, again, another mature student, has graduated 3 years actually. Catherine's out. She came back, she had a career working in the bank, decided I think the last financial crisis, decided she was going to have a change. She came in and she went to a talk by Primerica up in Letterkenny. large American company with a big base in Letterkenny, and she walked into a job, a graduate role with them. She's now an analyst with them, and she gives great feedback in terms of the support and I suppose just the passion that the lecturers have for their subject areas. So all key things that hopefully will help you in your experience and help you in your performance and achieve in your degree. Just got Anthony here. Anthony is just fresh out, finished there in July 2020. Anthony and another recent graduate from the city, Adam, they've both gone to Goldblatt McGuigan. That would be a medium-sized firm. They've places throughout Northern Ireland, and they've both gone in under a Chartered Accountants Ireland training contract. They're going in now, starting their CAP 2 exams. And again, you can see just to highlight some of the key areas for Anthony. And I suppose just one thing that Anthony mentioned in his feedback is the fact that a lot of accounting students will have their jobs secured before they even enter into final year, or indeed before they even finish final year. And that was certainly the case for myself. The accounting firms, the accounting and the finance departments come out and look for graduates well before they've actually finished their degree. So Anthony actually did a summer placement for a few weeks with Goldblatt McGuigan, Magee for short, and they actually secured and offered him and Adam their training contracts, subject to them getting a 2-1, I think it was, in their degree. Again, Anthony here won numerous prizes, but he's referencing the EY prize area and various cash prizes that he got as he succeeded in the modules as he went through the degree. I've Nicole here. Nicole's from Donegal Town. Nicole and she's now out for 2 years as well. Nicole has gone to EY in Dublin. Nicole had her graduate position by the semester 1 of final year. She and 2 others on the degree programme have gone to Dublin. We had Anna, who is from Newry. She has gone to Dublin and works for Deloitte. Owen is from OMA, and Owen is working in KPMG. And because they were on the degree in Magee together, they have now got a house here in Dublin. They're working for 3 of the big 4 accountancy practices. They live together, and they also go to the lectures with Chartered Accountants Ireland together. So they've got a lot out of them in terms of their studies at the campus and the friends that they've made. Sean Kelly here. Sean Kelly was actually on the accounting and marketing degree, but as he started, he realised that accounting was more for him, and that was partly because he undertook a placement year. He went to KPMG, did his placement there, and came back with his graduate position very secured. So in final year, he was just very interested in making sure that KPMG was the right choice for him, and he used all the guest speakers and their stories and their insights to help inform him on his decision. And then finally, we've got another accounting and marketing student here. This is Ronan. Ronan's from the city here, but Ronan decided that after he did his undergraduate degree, it was a time for him to fly, and he found a nest, and off he went to Belfast, and he's working now in personal tax with EY in Belfast. And he, suppose, just highlighting there that he finds that the study and the course of campus, all the pluses there about that. So I suppose that is all that I have to say at the moment. I hope I haven't been talking to a blank screen. I hope to God you've all heard me as I've gone through those. I am happy to take any questions. This session is being recorded, so it will be available for you. And I'll be putting it up in the course support area along with all the other sessions. The slides will be up there too for you, so you can go through those in a bit more detail as well if you want. So I think I've stopped sharing my screen now. Has anybody got any questions? You can tap it into the chat function here. See, we've a lot of people. We've got 27 on now. We should have more, but I know technical issues and things like that. Has anybody got any questions that they'd like to pop into the chat box? You heard me okay? I'm just going to pick a name there. Aaron, did you hear me all right? Top name throughout the presentation? You just raise your hand. Great, thank you, good man. That's great, thank you. Well, look, I'll just give a couple minutes. Equally, if you can put on your mic, I hope you've been allowed. I'd be more than happy to take any questions if you want to put on your mic and speak. Just want to try the poll here, so if you can just hopefully see, are you all happy to leave the session? And anyway, if anything else springs to mind, I will see you all on Tuesday, because I'll have you all. That's brilliant. Okay, so looking forward to seeing you all on Tuesday, and hopefully from the flavour of what you've seen, you're on a really good degree programme, and I'm here to help you through that, and I look forward to meeting you all on Tuesday in a smaller group. Okay, I'll end the session now and put it all up on Blackboard Learn for you.